climate interactions. Weather and climate. Atmospheric or air conditions such as temperature, wind, humidity are known as weather. The average weather in a given area is the climate for that area. Example, we can predict that it's going to be very hot and dry in Texas during the summer months. Thermometer is a tool used to measure temperature, how hot or cold it is outside. Thermometers have different scales. We measure in Fahrenheit in America. Convection. The sun provides the energy that drives convection within the atmosphere and oceans, producing winds and ocean currents. The sun also provides the energy that drives our weather. Humidity. Humidity is how much water vapor is present in the air. On days that the humidity is high, the air may feel wet or sticky. On days when the humidity is low, the air may feel dry and crisp. Relative humidity is the measure of the amount of water vapor actually in the air compared to the amount of water vapor that could be in the air at a given temperature and pressure. If the air has half the amount of water vapor it could have, then the relative humidity is 50%. When it is raining or snowing, the maximum amount of water vapor is in the air and the relative humidity is at 100%. A relative humidity above 80% will feel humid. A relative humidity below 30% will feel dry. Air pressure. Air has mass. An air mass is a large body of air that has similar temperature and humidity. If an air mass forms over land, another word for land is continental, it has low humidity. If an air mass forms over an ocean, another word maritime, it has high humidity. Air masses are either hot or cold. Here are different types of air masses. Remember, maritime is water, continental is land. The word polar is cold. The word tropical is hot. Air pressure is the amount of force pressing down on everything at the surface of an area by all the air above that area. Now, air pressure is all around us. High pressure areas are caused by air masses that are being cooled. As the air mass cools, it gets smaller and allows surrounding air to fill in the space. This process increases the total amount of air above the area, which increases the pressure the air mass is pushing down with. High pressure brings in clear skies and fair weather. The symbol for high pressure on a weather map is a capital blue H. Low pressure is when air warms, it expands. The air becomes lighter and rises. Low pressure brings precipitation. Precipitation is just another word for rain, hail, sleet, snow. So any wet precipitation. The symbol for low pressure on a weather map is a capital letter L in red. A front, as you see here, is a high pressure area generally moves towards a low pressure area. When the two air masses of different pressures and temperatures meet, they will form a front, which will cause local weather changes. Here we have cold front coming in. There's a warm front here. We get steady, continuous precipitation ahead of a warm front. With a cold front, we get precipitation ahead of a cold front. What happens when air masses run into each other? Again, those are called fronts. The air masses don't mix together. The boundary where the air masses meet is called a front. There are 3 types of fronts that you have to know for your content. We have a cold front, which is represented by blue triangles, warm front by red semicircles, and then a stationary front is a combination of them both. Each brings different types of weather. Cold front occurs when a cold air mass runs into a warm air mass. So there's warm air, warm temperatures, then a cold front comes in. The warm air is less dense and gets pushed above the cold air mass, causing the warm air to cool and form clouds. Cold fronts can move twice as fast as a warm front and can produce sharper changes in weather. Cold fronts are usually associated with low pressure areas. During a cold front, the temperatures drop and there's usually precipitation. Thunderstorms or snowstorms are usually a result of a cold front. Warm front occurs at the place where a warm air mass replaces a cool or cold air mass. The warm air mass is denser and will slowly push the cold air, eventually rising above it. This results in warmer temperatures, usually precipitation, light rain. So when it's a cold front, the warm front comes in and we get light rain, and then the temperatures will rise. Stationary front occurs when neither the warm air or the cold air is advancing. The denser warm air will rise above the cool air. So they meet, but neither one of them advance. And we get prolonged flooding with stationary front. So with a stationary front, it could rain for a week or 2 weeks straight. Clouds and long periods of precipitation occur. If a stationary front stays for too long, flooding occurs.